Okay, so Prisoners. I finally saw Prisoners. It took me quite a while, and yeah, finally saw it. It came out last year in 2013, and it did win Best Picture. I mean, that was good news. I'm glad that this film actually won Best Picture last year, and it was mentioned by many film lovers for Best Films of 2013 lists. And yeah, I just got done watching it. And I have mentioned that I will eventually watch this movie in my best films of 2013 video. And yeah, I just got done watching it, and I have to say I did enjoy this movie a lot. And yeah, but Prisoners, it has a really good cast. I mean, Prisoners, it definitely does have a really good cast. It has Hugh Jackman, it has uh, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Maria Bello. I mean, it's really, really good to see this really unique cast. I mean, in a movie like this, really unique. And I'd say I was pleased. I mean, they were things that I could have kind of shied away from, but yeah, but for the past 2.5 hours um, of a runtime of this movie, I was not bored whatsoever. Actually felt really, really powerful after I finished watching this movie. I mean, I was speechless when I first uh, got done watching it. I was speechless. I mean, this really was a very good movie. I mean, it definitely was. And this movie is about two families that go for Thanksgiving, um, and pretty much like over their house. Well, for Thanksgiving, these two families they meet each other and they're best friends, and um, and pretty much like both of the family's daughters, they go outside and they somehow don't come back, and they realize that they're both missing. Uh, so they go on a hunt and try to find their daughters. They search the backyard, they search outside somewhere, they search through people's cars and everything like that. And and then later on, we have a detective, Loki, who is played by just who is played very good by Jake Gyllenhaal. I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal does play a very good detective. I mean, he just I really did enjoy his performance a lot, especially by Hugh Jackman. He plays this guy named Keller. He'll do anything to protect his daughter. I mean, he'll just go take it out on his own hands and just try and will get information, get a lot of things well out of any prisoner that he sees. I mean, he'll get a lot of attention and just pure brutality, well, out of a lot of prisoners' mouths. I mean, this is a guy where I mean, it's really really cool to see Hugh Jackman play a character where he'll just do anything to protect his children and his family. Period. I mean, just like it's it's just out of the question. If this well, a family gets harmed in any way, he will go and well, out of his way and just take it out on his own hands and um, just do whatever he feels like doing. I mean, it's like wow. I mean, I've never seen a movie where it's like every single shot. It's like I mean, there's like long takes. They're barely. I mean, this film barely has any cuts at all. I mean, like there's like so many scenes where there's like very long takes. I mean, like there were times where, as I was watching the movie, I started to notice that there wasn't so much loud music that that gets very very distracting to me as a viewer. But yeah, it's not so many long music. It doesn't have barely any music at all. It's just a quiet subtlety movie. I mean, it's very very quiet. And once those moments hit, they really do hit. And once those moments do hit, they very do hit. I mean, all the way. And where every shot is just. Yeah, I mean, there's like very, very long takes. I mean, like all the actors and actresses, they go over the lines over and over again, and it just it really works. And but is this movie original? I think not. Not really original, but it does it in such a way that it feels refreshed. Definitely not an original movie at all by any means, because we have heard stories where, well, yeah, the kid, well, their son or daughter has been kidnapped or molested, sexually molested, or just like, um, um, or even just pretty much adopted by any means. So, yeah, I mean, I really didn't have that much complaints with the movie. I thought it was pretty powerful. It does have some really, really intense moments where I was like, wow, he would actually have the balls to actually do that. I mean, it's like I was amazed of certain things that would happen in the movie. I was really amazed. But I don't think it's a great movie, though, and I'm going to explain why right now. Because the reason why I don't think it's a great movie is because the idea isn't really original. Because I've seen movies where, oh yeah, um, my my son or daughter has been kidnapped. I have to go save them. That kind of cliche thing has been done before, but it doesn't in here very refreshed, and it doesn't really feel as if it will well like redone. It doesn't feel like it was redone before, but it does in some way do feel like that. But I mean, it's still a very good movie. It has some very good performances by Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal, Terrence Howard, and also Maria Bello does a just a very good. I mean, she was so believable of just being incredibly just uh, I mean, I'm lost for words of how her. Um, I mean, her performance alone was very, very believable. I mean, especially Hugh Jackman's part, and even uh, Jake Gyllenhaal's part. And I really don't have that many complaints. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. It is a little bit disappointing that it wasn't original. I get that, but it definitely is very good. I think it's a very good film, and I would give it a B plus for a very good movie, just not original. So yeah, I guess the question is, well, how far would you go to protect your son or daughter, or your family, or someone that has been kidnapped, or just abducted, or something might have happened to them. They go missing and they never come back. How would you handle the situation? Let me know down below, and I will see if I agree with you or not. So, yeah, a B plus rating. I'm going to give it. And why do I give that rating? I'm going to say why, because the movie is it just isn't original. There are times where well, I mean, I was not bored by any means at all. I wasn't bored with the movie at all. Nothing like that. But it's just that it gets a little bit overly serious at times, and the overall enjoyment of the movie kind of felt lacking. And the overall enjoyment of the movie kind of felt lacking. I was mostly just depressed the whole time as I was watching this movie. I just felt really depressed a lot as I was watching this movie. Well, increasingly, it just well, if the movie was enjoyable to watch, maybe I would have gave it a higher grade. But since it was overly serious, there were times where I was a little bit too depressed of what would happen. And yeah, that's pretty much my personal rating of. I would give the movie a B plus rating. So yeah, I guess that's all I can say about Prisoners. I mean, it's a good movie. I just don't think it's a great one though. Like everyone else thinks it's a great one, but I just don't think so. I just think it's a very good one, and I cannot deny the fact that I enjoyed a lot of these performances that all these actors and actresses gave, and I love that the fact that it took long takes of shots. and there were barely any cuts in the movie at all, and there were barely any loud music that would go on at the beginning. Really, it just there's lots of subtlety, and that's perfect. I mean, I love that in the movie where there's a lot of subtlety, and there's no music playing or anything, and all you can hear is just people punching each other, people getting or brutally hurt. I mean, that is some realistic, very realistic stuff. I mean, that is just pure. I mean, realistic. I mean, just pure. Because when you don't hear any music at all, I mean, it makes the movie feel fresh and just better, and it doesn't feel so fantasy-like. It doesn't so. I mean, it doesn't feel so fictional. You know, that's what I love about this movie is that it doesn't feel fictional. It feels like they're real people. It just I mean, you get the feeling of what's going to happen next, what other line are they going to say next, because I kept well, having that feeling every time when an actor or an actress would say a word, I would just be blown away, and yeah. So yeah, well, that's all I can say about Prisoners. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my review. I plan to do more reviews in the coming future. So take care, everybody, and thank you very much for your time. And just click the subscribe button if you want to see more vids from me. Just click the subscribe button down below, and I'll catch you guys later.